This video though is all about the big trends for 2020. We've seen a lot of it in the salon since we've been back, is bright blondes. Bright blondes are something which people really struggle to get, and if you're looking at toning out warmer tones and trying to make it really cool, it's something that's a stumbling block for many stylists. But that is trend number one, it is bright blondes. So I want to put some pictures in here so you can see, but when we're talking about bright blondes, it could be a bright blonde balayage, bright blonde ombre, global application, highlights, just adding those little aspects of blonde in there just to make it look very blonde, very vibrant, and suiting your client. So if it's gold and bright blonde, if it's a bright cool blonde, if it's a silver blonde, if it's a neutral blonde, a beige blonde, as long as it's bright, it's on trend. Second big trend of 2020 is cherry reds. So reds is another one, and another one that's really close to my heart, I suppose, because I don't know if many of you know this, and being clients, you won't know this, but hairdressers, let me know in the comments down below. Did you know that Wella used to own the pigment J5? So the pigment J5 is that real bright, vibrant red. This is why all Wella salons were doing these real punchy, bright reds. And all the other colour lines were a little bit like, oh, and I think it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they gave up the patent. So J5 was able to be bought or used by other brands. And Joico being Joico, jumped at it, got J5, banged it in the powerhouse reds, and our reds are super, super punchy. So with cherry reds, what we're looking at more going into autumn, winter, is we're looking at when people have got balayages, ombres, and we're looking at something a little bit different, but very different in the spectrum of colour, and something completely opposite to what they normally have. Cherry red all over it, it will look bang on trend. So talk to your clients, cherry reds are coming. So be the first in your salon to get it. If you're already doing it, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know what your hairdressers are doing in the salons right now. Let's look at the third trend, chunky highlights, but not in the old chunky highlights where you've got like blonde, black, blonde, black, blonde, black, none of that. What we've got with the chunky money piece. If you know what money piece is, let me know. Money piece is the real big bit of blonde around the face framing, and Beyonce is rocking it. I'll pop a picture in now of Beyonce, and she just looks unreal, but doesn't she always? The money piece, the chunky highlight around the front, is going to be a big trend for 2020. It's already been happening. Dua Lipa had it, and the whole TikTok army, they started doing it at home themselves during lockdown. Some disasters. I might react to some of them. Do you want me to react to TikTok disasters? Let me know. The money piece was something which was seen as like just really bold, really yellow. There was a lot of them that were just like, just weren't really done that very well. But now there's a little bit more style to them, a little bit more finesse in doing that money piece. So make sure you're asking your hairdresser for a money piece, or hairdressers, make sure you're offering your clients a money piece. I've been doing so many of them in salon. So it's great for clients that want a little bit more lower maintenance, but still with that pop. Adding that face frame money piece keeps them looking very blonde in the mirror, but just takes that maintenance away from the rest of the hair. And they just look super cool. Another trend, which is something that I'm very, very fond of, and I offer a hell of a lot, and it's gloss. I love hair looking really glossy, really healthy, really shiny. Teaming it with a treatment, that's the cherry on the cake. Because gloss treatments or gloss services with our... So gloss colour services is a demi-permanent, really low maintenance, fades away beautifully, just adds that punch of moisture, makes the hair look super glossy, super healthy, refreshes the colour. You could change the tone slightly. And like I was talking about the cherry reds, if you had someone blonde and you put a gloss red over it, that'd be lovely. And if you wanted to refresh brunettes, maybe take away that warmth that often creeps in. Just put a gloss over it and neutralise that warmth, give it all that moisture, make it look really shiny, really healthy. That's where you want to be heading. So let your stylist know if you're a client watching this, if you're a hairdresser and your client's a little bit like, oh, I don't really know what I want to do. They fancy a treatment, but you're thinking their hair could really do a colour. Offer them a colour gloss treatment. Offer them a colour gloss service. They will love you and thank you. Another trend, shadow roots, root melts, that sort of thing. We've just put it on our price list actually. It's something that we just did and priced it up as roots, but there's a lot more technicality to it. So we've actually put it on there as an actual root blur, root melt, root shadow service. And I think because clients are getting more down with our lingo, you're understanding a little bit more. So when you look at a price list or you read a magazine, who reads magazines anymore, Paul? When you read something online and it says root shadow or root melt, you go to our price list and you're like, roots, root melt. Book that. That's what I want. So we've added it to our price list for 2020. And not only to make it easy for our clients to understand and have a look and be like, right, I want a root melt, but also because it's bang on trend. So root melts, just blending away. This is what's great with gloss colours. So if you're using a colour range like Joico with a gloss in its range, they just blend away beautifully. Another trend that I see people pulling off incredibly, and one person in particular, and I remember her from a TV show, what was it? Jessica Simpson had a TV show, or did Ashley Simpson have a TV show as well? Or did they have a TV show together? Can't remember. But Ashley Simpson, she used to be like emo, Fall Out Boy, fringe, back then, really dark, really suited her, looked really good dark. And the next thing I seen, she was bright blonde, and she looked incredible bright blonde. But now I've just seen, being a Joico girl, she goes to 901 in Beverly Hills, she's had a pastel pink put over her hair, and it looks stunning. So if your client, again, is wanting something a little bit more low maintenance, a little bit off the radar, but bang on trend, get pastel pink over there. So that's the trends for 2020 I've picked up on. And if you want to know any more, comment down below. As I've said, it's always great to read your comments. Subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, click that little bell. I'll see you on the next video.